Hello everybody, and welcome to Flameborn Rebel Tarot. My name is Lauren. Hope y'all are doing well. I actually meant to put out this reading last night, and so one of the first things that I wanted to talk about and ask y'all about is how you're feeling with this full moon. I don't know, like I've said before, it can either go one of two ways for me. And I can either be like all hyped up and full of energy, not knowing what to do, or I'm just wiped. And with this one, I've just been wiped. Just feeling like just really exhausted and tired, and just like I just need to sleep. And then I'll sleep, and then I have to wake up, but I could have slept probably for hours more. So I don't know if you guys are feeling the same way with this one, but I was getting some downloads and really wanting to get it out. Really feeling like a heavy presence from Star Family. Mostly Pleiadians and Andromedans, which are two that I definitely connect with. I think a lot of us have connection to Pleiadians, and then I realized that the whole, not only the full moon, but the Seven Sisters thing was happening with the Pleiades, and so I was like, oh, okay. I was going to sleep, the other night, and I just felt like this really strong presence, but it didn't feel like spirit, and I was like, oh, I think I know where this is coming from. And it was like heavier than I felt really like any presence in a long time. So I was like, okay, then there's a reason for this, like they need to get out a message, right? So anyways, I started doing some, channeling and connecting and all the things I do. And I don't know, I thought it was really interesting. So I'm just going to kind of go over a little bit like of what I was channeling here, because I literally wrote down like 2 pages, and I usually just get, some keywords or phrases, and then kind of have to, put it all together after that. But so this is, I guess gonna be probably more for Starborn, but not really, because I think this is a message really like for everybody, for lightworkers, for anybody that's here on Earth right now at this time for a reason, and knows that you have a mission here and you have a purpose here. So I was getting a lot about the soul, the Starborn soul remembrance. And I think they're saying like we're getting, I think, a lot of activations at this time from them, and maybe part of this was just like, hey, almost like a warning. And I think maybe that's why I've felt so wiped and so tired, like releasing old things and making room for all these new things that we're getting. Our DNA, when your DNA is being activated and changed, I mean, that can be pretty darn exhausting. And just being able to integrate all that stuff sometimes can, it's not easy. Like, we're purging the old and we're letting in all this new stuff. So I think that was one of the messages that I was getting from them is, it's normal, you know, don't worry, like at this time, like we're kind of blasting you with stuff. You know, we're getting things, energies from the moon and all of that going on right now. The Schumann resonance has been going crazy. So the earth is, you know, I felt a shift. Like that's one of the things, and I don't know if you guys feel that, but it's been like years that I'll just all of a sudden know, like, oh, we just had a timeline shift. And it's funny that I'll start, you know, just, you know, watching people and, you know, mentors and all of a sudden, you know, they're saying the same thing. Like we just had like a major shift. So that could be another thing that's making us tired, but they're saying, you know, remember who you are. And then I got soul unity and soul gifts. So I think that is saying something about, that's what we're getting back right now. We're getting more of our gifts back, but also, not only soul unity as in getting back and recalling all of our soul and all the fragments of our soul, but also all the souls they're like, this is the time, like, to unite for flameborn souls, starborn souls, light workers, whatever you are, whatever your purpose is, and everything right now on the planet is like, they're talking about uniting. These souls need to unite. We need to wake up. We need to remember who we are, because the more of us who do and unite, like, that's what we need right now. And I think it's causing those shifts, you know, those frequency shifts, timeline shifts. So one of the major things that I was getting is about balancing above and below. I was getting that really strongly, like a balancing. So when I went out to do, you know, my meditation and everything like that, the messages that I was getting was like, okay, you need to, yes, call upon your star family, open your crown, open your third eye, you know, being, you know, there. But also I was very strongly called to the earth and to Mother Gaia. And it was like telling me and directing me that we have to keep like this balance between the two, duality, right? Which is not easy, but I'm thinking that, like, that's very important right now, because I kept getting that. It was saying like there's an imbalance. There's an imbalance in that. And when we get too, you know, in our head and up in the stars and the clouds, and we're missing home, and, you know, we just want to go back and we want to connect and everything like that. But I think if we stay there for too long and we forget to ground, we forget that we are here, or not forget, maybe sometimes we want to forget a little bit, but they're saying, no, remember that you're here. We need this balance. Be close to the earth, be in nature. If you have, you know, your trees that you love, you know, putting your feet on the ground. And so that's what I was being called to do. Remember the things, remember, you know, that we're here on earth and we're here for a reason. But it's like this, you know, this balancing act, if you will. It's sometimes hard to do, and sometimes I know our work has more to do with this than it does to do with this. So, you know, sometimes it's okay, but for some reason right now, it's really important to keep that balance. There's something about stars, moon, planet, star beings, everything aligning for a cause, it says, or they said. It makes inseparable power, is what I wrote down. So I guess if we culminate those things and we have both of them, so we're not just trying to use just one, but we integrate the two, and it makes us inseparable, and it just brings a lot of power to the light workers, to the grid workers, for what we're doing right now, right? Raising the vibration of the planet, getting ready for the new earth, if you will. So these were kind of like things that they were saying might be happening to us right now. We're getting deja vus a little more. We're getting visions, maybe more visions, different visions that we haven't got before. We're having more visitations. So you might actually be seeing, or, you know, like I felt that extreme energy the other night. I was like, I know they're here, right? Because you guys, we can feel that. So they say they want to give us guidance. That's why there's such a strong presence right now with them. Call on us, they said. They're helping us to balance our chakras. So that's another thing that's important. You know, when you're talking about above and below, like we have our 7, but we also have more, you know, that go up and down. There's several more chakras, right? But if we're just talking about the ones we know, at least right now, to keep them balanced, I guess this was the download that I was getting. It's very important. It's saying also a heart alliance. So I guess that's another thing I think they are trying to help us to align with the heart more than anything else. So they're going to be here if we call on them to help clear out the heart chakra. We need that. We need the root, and then we also need the crown. So if we're really trying to balance, those are the the 3 main ones I think that we need, or that they're saying that we should focus on right now. We are the embodiment. That's what they said. So whatever I was trying to think of what they meant by that. We are the embodiment, because then they started talking about the heart, right? And having an open heart. So I think because of the fact that our souls are in these bodies right now, that we have to be that embodiment of the heart, of love, you know, whatever is going on with us here on the earth. And then I got calm the impatience. So apparently some of us are feeling a little impatient about things, and maybe, you know, just the state of the world and things that are going on, and maybe we haven't seen certain things happen that we want to see happen. I'm right there with you guys. Trust me. But remembering to just always keep that faith, stay calm, stay steadfast. Remember, I mean, I'm really thinking that that's kind of where this whole, you know, download message came from. It was about, you know, just keeping that balance, staying calm, realigning everything. I think that they're going to help us to get that done right now, to realign with this new timeline, I think, that we just came into. So we might be having like heart palpitations, a little sleeplessness, or like horrible sleepiness. Maybe these new things, visions, maybe you've never like actually seen, things before with your own eyes, and maybe now you have or you will. So there might be some anxiousness there, but don't be afraid of it. And if you are, remember, all you have to do is say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not, ready for this or whatever, and they will respect your wishes, because you have to ask for it. And if you're not ready, then it's okay. I've been like that a lot. I've had to say that several times. So like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm not quite ready for that, which is fine. And they will respect your wishes and come in another way. I've always, if I wasn't like in a place to like see something, and sometimes I am, but sometimes I'm not. And so like, can you please just come to me, through here, and just, give me the messages or the downloads that way for now, and that's always been respected when I ask for that. So I'm sure you know that, but just in case you don't. So anyways, I think like the whole gist of that is like, don't worry, we're being helped, we're being guided. Call in your star family, the ones that you feel connected to. I think just the energy right now, like the Pleiadians are really strong. And I think most people, almost every probably starseed has connection to Pleiadian. So I think they're here to help us and just trying to remind us, of certain things and tell us not to worry, that everything that we're experiencing is totally normal right now, right? Even though sometimes it sucks and it's hard, but if it was easy, would it really be worth it, right, guys? So anyways, I think that's all I got as far as channeling goes. So I picked a few decks, and I want to pull just a few cards on this and see if we can get anything else. If we can get any clarification, maybe on what I channeled and what I was feeling, or maybe some new messages. Who knows? But yeah, I would love to hear, like, in the comments what you guys have been going through over this moon. I don't know if it's because it's like the closest to the earth at this time. Maybe we're just getting a little walloped by it. I know I have. Or else this reading would have been out last night when I wanted to get it out. So we're going to start with a little moonology here, guys, because it's fitting, right? I believe it's still a full moon tonight. I think this might be the last night of it. I could be wrong, but I'm still feeling it, but I feel like I'm finally starting to come out of it a little. Like I've got my energy back and everything. All right. September 23rd. And this is from the Moon Oracle. Breaks down to a 5, so we know 5 means change, right? September 23rd could be an important date for somebody. I'm seeing a lot of fiery, flamey colors here. Flameborn. Is that for you? I think we are causing things to change. 23 might also be a number that's important to you. Could be a birth date or an anniversary, or anything. I don't know. September 23rd. just passed not too long ago. Could be another timeline shift, or when, you know, some of this stuff may have started to happen. So just let me get one more on here. No, or no, that's too many. If it was one or two, I'd do it, but it was like 3 or 4. Okay. So, yeah, I will definitely take both of these. So, number 30. Patience. It's not time yet. So what was I just saying a minute ago about one of the things that I was hearing was something about impatience. So we're trying to balance, we're trying to realign, we're trying to integrate, we're trying to, you know, do all these things. And this is just kind of reiterating that, like, just be calm, just, you know, chill. It's not time yet. I think it will be soon. I don't know. I can kind of feel that in my bones. But and then number 2, but it's worth the time. So whatever we're doing, whatever we're going through right now, to accomplish this and all the work that we're doing, is worth it. It's worth the time. They're just reminding us, like, hey, calm down, be patient, chill. Everything is going to be worth it. Keep the faith. Be steadfast. Ground yourself. And I love that this is the sand and the ocean. So one of the my favorite place probably to ground would be at the ocean, and just digging my feet in the sand and feeling the water. And oh, that's my favorite. I love it. I miss it. I really, really need to go to the beach. All right. So let's put those aside. And then, because we are talking about the stars and Starborn and Galactic families and messages from them, we'll do a little star temple. I'll try and get just one, but sometimes it doesn't always happen that way. And I'll just grab whatever I feel right. There it is. Here we have a 26, or an 8, infinity, and it is the triple star grid, Taigeta, the triple star grid. Align. I connect and align with my higher consciousness. So we were just talking about all that, weren't we? Yep. Realigning. Being in alignment. Some of you guys out there, you know, might be grid workers and connect to being grid workers. And I think it's showing that here. Reconnecting, realigning, balancing, right? The triple star grid. I love that. See, you guys are connecting to your higher conscious. But as we do that, and it'll be interesting to see what else comes out, but connecting to our higher consciousness, but also making sure that we're doing that in the earth realm too, and staying grounded at this time, at least. That's the guidance, right? All right. Now, of course, we're always going to do my favorite, the Star Seed Oracle. Very curious to see what's going to come out here. You know me, I'll keep going until something happens. Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. And we were just talking about the ocean right before this. But we know that whales are definitely higher beings, right? They don't necessarily originate from Earth. Highly intelligent creatures. And they're talking about frequency. So, you know, I always talk about frequency. Talking about sharing your song, your frequency, your vibration. That is creating a ripple, a wave when we do that. We're diving deep. I believe it's talking really about inner work, soul work. We're really having to dive deep, especially right now, because we're with this whole thing, we're trying to, you know, realign and balance again our higher consciousness, and also, you know, our root, and, you know, being stable and feeling safe and all the things, but being connected to Mother Earth, Tiamat, as well as, yeah, I love everything about the ocean. Love whales. Highly intelligent. That's how they communicate, is with frequency. So I think that's another thing that this is saying, is that we need to be doing that more, to raise our vibration, to you know, sharing things, not just, I mean, our mouths, yes, our words have frequency and everything, but even like working on our telepathic, you know, our communication with spirit. Like, we know everything is a frequency, right? So I think this is just kind of reiterating that fact. Pay attention more to that right now. Maybe we haven't been, or I don't know, but it's just kind of restating that, I think. I'm gonna get one more of those, y'all. or maybe 2. Sometimes it happens that way. Aha. Wow, see? And I think with the whales here right now too, they're telling us, of course they're telling us this, that you're not alone. With what I heard, they're saying, call on us for guidance. Isolation, physical connection, community. So some of us might be feeling alone in all this. Maybe you don't have a whole, community or a big group of people that you can talk to about all this because you're awake and your gifts are coming in and your power's coming back and you're remembering things. And sometimes that can be lonely. But there's always somebody out there, right? Whether it's a community here or, talking with us, but those people, obviously, you're going to find them. You always have spirit guides. You always have the divine that you're connected to, right? They're always here. Always with us. And it's just, see how their hands, they're connecting and it's causing like an electricity. I see some kind of frequency. And when you connect with others, whether it's in the physical or not, the frequency, the energy can connect with others. And that's where the power lies. The embodiment. We are energy. So no matter what, we're never alone in this. There's so many community. You wouldn't even be watching me right now if you were the only one out there who is going through these things and, in your awakening and everything, and in your mission, you wouldn't even be here, right? So you're not alone. They're reminding you again, though, call on us when you need us. We're here. And we'll send you people on this earthly realm to connect with if you ask for it. That's easy, right? And portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. So we just said, right? Portals are just opening like crazy. And you are a portal. We are portals. There are also regular, portals all over the place that you can just walk through if you know where they are, right? But we can also create them. But a timeline shift too, like I believe we just went through again, it's kind of like a portal. So, yeah, I love that. Walking through doors, they are opening, and we have to decide, are we going to walk through? I also, when I'm looking at this, think that it can also be like for if you are asking for, I want to remember who I am. You want to remember your past lives, your power, your gifts, everything. Like those doors are opening. And we can open that portal to those memories, to those other places. Like I kind of am seeing like a Stargate here too. So I think some of us maybe in the astral, in our dreams or whatever, like we're actually traveling to these places and we're going to be shown like these doors are opening for us. And inside them. If we decide to walk through, then we reap the rewards when we do. And we remember things. We get things back, right? Cool. All right, so this is the last one I'm going to do. And I had to do something that was of earth to, this whole message is about balance, right? And alignment above and below. So I wanted to get an animal spirit card as well, just to remind us how powerful Mother Gaia is, and keep us balanced and aligned. Oh, Lordy, I think that was probably too many, but we will keep the scarab since that one just popped out. And just get maybe one more. It's like they want to, but then they don't. Scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. Oh yeah, that is definitely fitting right there, because it definitely does. So, number 52, the scarab beetle. Magic works through you. Indeed, it does. Scarab beetle. Egyptian references there. And if you guys are starseeds, I would pretty much guarantee that you have some ties to Egypt as well, ancient Egypt. And the mouse spirit, number 40, 7 and 4 equals 11. It's just maybe spirit is here with us during this message. Tend to the small things. Yeah, so this is the earth side of this, right? Of the reading. So it's saying that the earth also carries a lot of magic as well. And as much as the stars do, and your star family and all of that, also there's so much magic coming from the earth. Like so much, right? So I think that is what this is reminding us of, this balance again, right? So tending to the small things, part of keeping us grounded and not forgetting, not having our head, in the clouds all the time. Like, we need to remember also what we're doing here, what we're doing for the earth. So sometimes tending to those little things, even if maybe it's your garden, maybe you like to garden, just grounding in general, a small thing that we can do every single day. We can go sit by a tree, or put our head on a tree, or put our, feet in the water, or, just putting bare feet in the grass, just those little things that help to keep us aligned and balanced, between the two realms, or whatever you want to call it. So I think that's good. I think they've been pretty clear about this message. So I knew I had to get it out, because last night I was just ready to, and then I ended up falling asleep, putting my son to sleep. And by the time I woke up, I was like, oh my God, it's midnight. I can't, So I was a little disappointed in myself for that, but divine timing, right? Everything comes when it's supposed to. So probably tonight I was able to do this much better than I would have been last night for y'all. So I hope that if you enjoyed this or connected to it, leave me a comment. Let me know how the moon's been making you feel, if you've been feeling the timeline shift like I have. I always want to know what's going on with you guys too. That's part of my whole reason for doing this, is so that we can all connect, right? And have a place where we can chat and talk about all this stuff. Maybe learn some new things from each other. So anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will be back soon. I need to do I started fire signs already, and I think the next group that I'm going to do is water signs. So I hope to have that out for y'all tomorrow for you water signs, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye guys.